I used to believe happiness was a myth, a sugar-coated illusion sold by self-help gurus and smiling faces on billboards. To me, joy was fleeting, like a spark in the dark, gone before I could grasp it. I walked through life armored in cynicism, convinced that gratitude was for the naive, for those who hadn't seen what I'd seen. Pain, loss, struggle. I thought I was being realistic. I was just protecting myself from hope. But I was wrong, because one small shift, one mental pivot, turned the storm of my life into sunlight. It was gratitude, not as a vague idea, not as a hollow thank you at the end of the day, but as a practiced discipline, a rewiring of the brain, a revolution of the soul. Gratitude is not the same as happiness. Happiness is the breeze that brushes your face when life gives you what you want. Gratitude is the fire you light in the coldest night when life gives you the opposite. It's a decision, a lens, a deliberate choice to notice what's good, even when everything screams that it's not. Gratitude is not passive. It's active. It's not a byproduct of success. It's a prerequisite for it. The great minds knew this. Carnegie practiced it. Lincoln, even in war and loss, spoke with a heart of deep appreciation. Thomas Edison, after losing years of work in a factory fire, said, "Thank God all our mistakes were burned up. Now we can start fresh." That's gratitude, not a feeling, a force. And here's where science and spirit shake hands. Gratitude rewires your brain. Neuroscience confirms it. When you dwell in appreciation, you activate the brain's reward center, the same circuit that lights up with love, purpose, and achievement. You flood your system with dopamine. You lower cortisol. You sleep better. You fight off disease. You become stronger, emotionally, physically, mentally. A study at UC Davis showed that people who kept daily gratitude journals reported higher levels of alertness, enthusiasm, and optimism. Another study found that just 10 weeks of daily gratitude reduced depression by 35%. This is not woo. This is wiring. The brain doesn't know the difference between imagined gratitude and experienced joy. It responds just the same. So, when you practice gratitude, you're not ignoring reality. You're creating a new one. But how do you cultivate this? How do you turn it from concept to habit? You start small. Start with a journal. Each morning, before the world invades your peace, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Not vague ideas, real, grounded things. The warmth of my coffee, the breath in my lungs, the sound of rain on my window. Don't wait for big things. Gratitude begins with the ordinary, because if you can't find beauty in the small, you won't recognize it in the big. Next, take it outside. Go for a gratitude walk. Not with music, not with distraction, just you and the awareness of what's around you. The trees, the sidewalk, the miracle of your feet moving. Everything is a gift. If you're willing to see it, then speak it. Tell someone what you appreciate about them, not because it's their birthday or you want something in return, but because your soul needs the release. Gratitude expressed is gratitude amplified. It creates ripples in you and in others. And when you give it freely, you receive it abundantly. Gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice. And like any muscle, it strengthens with repetition, integrated into your day like oxygen. When you brush your teeth, give thanks for having them. When you pay a bill, give thanks for the means to do so. When you eat, don't rush, savor. And when life hits you hard, when things fall apart, dig deep, find the thread. Even if all you can say is, "Thank you for the strength to endure this." That's still gratitude, and that's power. Gratitude doesn't ignore the dark. It transforms how you walk through it. Think of Nelson Mandela, 27 years in prison, and he emerged with a heart full of forgiveness. That's not weakness. That's a warrior's gratitude. Think of Viktor Frankl. In the darkest horror of Auschwitz, he still found meaning, still found reasons to be thankful, even for a crust of bread. Gratitude isn't reserved for the privileged. It's the path to abundance, not the result of it. Walt Disney went bankrupt before he built a kingdom. Gratitude kept his vision alive. He once said, "All the adversity I've had in my life, all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me." That's the mindset of a dreamer who sees through the hardship, not around it. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, "But you don't know what I've been through." And you're right, I don't. But I do know this. Gratitude is not a denial of your pain. It's the reclaiming of your power in spite of it. You can hold both. You can hurt and be grateful. You can be broke and still find wealth in breath. You can be grieving and still honor the beauty of what you had. Gratitude doesn't erase the wound. It stitches it with grace. Every great transformation begins with perception. Henry Ford said, "Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right." Gratitude shifts your thinking from "I lack" to "I am blessed." From "I hate this" to "What can I learn from this?" It's a mental revolution, a rewiring of the default narrative. And once it takes root, the entire story changes. Gratitude feeds vision. It builds discipline. It deepens purpose. It fuels courage. Because when you begin to appreciate what you have, you take better care of it. When you're grateful for your time, you stop wasting it. When you're grateful for your body, you nourish it. When you're grateful for your gifts, you sharpen them. And when you're grateful for your failures, you mine them for gold. That's how greatness is born. Gratitude is not a shortcut. It's a foundation. It won't eliminate your problems, but it will elevate your perspective. And sometimes that's all you need. A shift in the lens, a flicker of appreciation, a whisper that says, "Even now there is beauty here." So if you want happiness, don't chase it. Train your brain to find it. Start today, right now, before the conditions are perfect, because life will never hand you peace. You have to claim it with your attention, your awareness, and your appreciation. The most powerful people on earth are not the richest, not the loudest, not the most followed. They are the most grateful, because gratitude is the root of true abundance. And once you anchor yourself in it, you become untouchable, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. So breathe in, look around, find one thing, anything, to give thanks for, and let that be your spark. Because when gratitude lights your path, even the darkest road becomes a journey worth walking.